Hello and welcome to a condensed day on tour in Dublin with Top Hat. So most days I set my alarm for 10 a.m. I know I'm very lucky not to have to get up too early as I'm really not a morning person. So when I get up I like to start the day with a green tea as I find that this is a really lovely cleansing way to start the day, and if you put a little bit of cold water in the mug first, this stops the tea from getting bitter when you put the boiling water in. Next, for breakfast, I've become a real egg fan on tour, as I find I can keep going for longer on a couple of eggs than anything else. What I like to do is poach some eggs and wilt some spinach and pop it on some fresh toasted bread. Delicious. Poached eggs are a bit of an art, but with a bit of practice can become really easy. Next, it's time for some Barry's tea, as I'm in Ireland. Ta-da! We don't have many one-show days, so when I do get a day to myself, I like to chill out, or sometimes check out the local area, maybe take in a day trip or a museum or historical place. Dublin was full of amazing cultural and historical sites, so it was a really great place to tour to, and we always had stuff to do. Now it's time to head to work. So I'm on my way to the theatre, and luckily where we're staying is a really short walk, and it's a beautiful view over the canal and straight to the theatre. First I like to stop off at Fresh to get some food. Fresh is a really gorgeous whole food style supermarket with lovely fresh breads and fruit and vegetables and a really great salad bar. And here is the stunning Bord Gáis Energy Theatre. Sorry about the pronunciation. Opened since 2010, it's a fantastic new theatre and the largest in Ireland, drawing all sorts of big touring shows, including the lovely Top Hat. So now we're at stage door and it's time to head in and up to the dressing rooms. Got a tick in. I wouldn't normally advertise that I'm using the lift, but as stage door's at -1 and we're on the 4th floor, I kind of want to save my legs for the actual show. So round we go and into the dressing room. So it's 6:15 and time for a warm-up. First it's physical, and we are all down and jumping around, and I've sped up this clip so we look a bit crazy. Lots of stretching and shoulder rolls and all that sort of business to get ourselves nice and warm for the show. Then at 6:30 it's time for a vocal warm-up. So by now it's about 5 to 7 and it's time to get ready. First of all, I like to apply some moisturiser before I apply my foundation, which is going to be Estée Lauder Double Wear, which is a very mattifying, full coverage foundation, and I like to make sure that the base is moisturised so that the foundation can slip onto the face a little bit easier, as it dries very quickly, and if you don't moisturise well, it dries super fast, and then once it's set, you can't move it. So a good moisturised base is essential to get a nice even blended look with this particular foundation. Next it's concealer time. Next I'm going to pop on a little bit of eyeshadow primer and just let that set before I go back in later with eyeshadow. So while that's setting, I'm just going to work on my brows. So I'll brush through and then apply a little bit of powder, and I'm going to be using my Saddle eyeshadow powder from Bobbi Brown with an angled brush from MAC. Just going to use a little bit of a closer up mirror to make sure that I get them nice and even. I'm going to be filling these in a little bit heavier than I would for a normal natural day look, as this is a lot more glamorous and strong for stage, especially with the wigs that we wear. Same as the eyebrows, I like to go a little bit heavier on the eyes as you're going to be on stage and under very heavy stage lighting. So to give your eyes definition and shape from the audience, you need to go in a little bit darker with the crease shade. So I'm using more of a natural flesh coloured shade for a wash of colour over the lid, and then in the crease I'm going in with a matte brown shade from MAC called Espresso. Then in the very corners I'm using Mystery just to define the outer edge shape of the eye. Next I'm going to blend the eyeshadow that I've applied with a clean brush, a fluffy brush from MAC, just to make sure that all the edges are blended in nicely. Next I'm going to use a little bit of MAC pigment in the shade Vanilla for a highlight underneath my eyebrows and onto the brow bone. Next I'm going to set my foundation and concealer with my Bare Minerals powder. This hopefully will mean that the foundation will stay as matte as possible throughout each number, and I won't have to powder too much as the show goes on. Then I'm going to do some contouring with my MAC mineralised powder. This just helps give the shape of the face a little bit more definition and also starts warming it up, as I've got quite a pale base and want to give it a bit more colour. Then I'm going to prep and prime my lashes with this MAC mascara for an undercoat before I put on black mascara. It seems to be a ritual of mine for several years now, so can't really apply mascara without it now. Next some blush, and I'm going to be using my Style blusher from MAC. Again, a little bit heavier than for a natural look. Then with some black mascara, and I'm using a Rimmel one for today's show. Eyeliner, I really love a classic cat eye flick, as this opens out the eyes and makes them look bigger for stage. I'll extend the flick fairly long and in line with the edge of my eyelashes and the false eyelashes that I'm putting on top. I like to line my eyelids before I put lashes on, so there's no gap or flesh colour between the false lashes and my own lash line. It just helps the false eyelashes blend in and look a little bit more natural. As you can see, I use a close-up mirror to apply my eyeliner, but always like to check back to the main mirror to see that they're even. Next for those false lashes, and I'm going to be using some duo glue and a pair of tweezers to apply them. So these ones are provided by the show and are really lovely and long and dramatic. So first of all I'm going to put the glue on and let them get a little bit tacky, and then drop them in the centre of my eyelid using my tweezers. Then when they've dried off a little bit, then tuck in each side. I have so many red lipsticks, but I find myself coming back to this one a lot, which is the Maybelline Colour Stay lipstick in Red Passion. What's really great is its staying power, and once it's on it doesn't smudge, and it is really handy when you're changing costumes and not generally having a lot of time to reapply. So it stays pretty well even if you eat, and it goes on really great for a night out as well, so you don't have to keep checking on it and just, seeing if it's smudged or faded. So it's a really great colour. So then you pop on a little balm over the top and then you're ready to go. As we wear wigs in the show, we need to disguise our own hair underneath the wigs so that the wig hair sits on top as natural as possible. To do this, we pin curl our hair and divide each section into a little bun and then pin it down with 2 grips. The aim with pin curls is to make our own hair as flat as possible underneath the wig. The pin curls also provide anchor points for the pins that go through the wig through to our natural hair. This helps keep the wig on as securely as possible and stops it from moving. The wigs themselves are painstakingly made by knotting individual strands of real hair through a lace cap, and it's the job of our wonderful wig department to set the hair into curls and dress them out into the style and period of the show, in this case 1935 and finger waves. So this is the part when it gets really glamorous. On goes the stocking cap, and then it gets pushed back and my natural hair is tucked underneath so that you can only see my natural hairline and none of the hairs coming out. Then it gets pinned down, and then on top will go the microphone. Obviously this has taken several hundred shows to do without actually having to look. Now I am going to pin my microphone in its little pack onto my pin curls and stocking cap. Then I'll also secure the wire from the mic pack on top of my head, and then the microphone just at the front. And then on top of that will go another stocking cap. So now it's 7:30, it's time to start the show. Here's a little taster of what top hat's all about. by about now it's the end of Act 1 and the interval, and time to head to the wig department again. In Act 1 I change wigs 3 times, but in Act 2 I stay with the same wig, which is this one. So first of all it gets put on and my natural hair is tucked away, and then it's going to be pinned on very securely. As at the top of Act 2 I do a very full-on dance duet with lots and lots of turns, so the wig needs a huge number of pins, not only to keep the wig securely on my head, but also to keep those gorgeous finger waves in place for the rest of the show. Last of all goes on a pink rose, which ties together the costume and the hair for this particular part. And here's a little taster of Act 2 on top hat. So by 10:15 it's the end of the show and time to take those pin curls out and relax the hair. With any luck, hopefully the pin curls will come out into nice curls, and all I'll need to do is give them a little bit of a shake and a spray, and if we're going out I won't have to do anything more with my hair. But most nights I just want to take off the red lip and just go home feeling a little less glam. So it's back into the elevator and back down to the ground floor to head out and head home. So by now it's about roughly 10:30 and it's time to tick out and head out of stage door. And we're really lucky that in Dublin this theatre was so beautiful to walk home from. All the lights and the canal just look absolutely beautiful. So it's only a short walk and we're back home to the South Dock apartments where most of the cast was staying while we were here in Dublin, and a little bit of an elevator again up to our flat and a little walk around the corridor, and I'm finally home, and it's so nice to get back so quickly after a show so you can relax, unwind and get ready for bed. So most evenings when I get home I'll grab a shower, maybe a bite to eat and a drink, then head to bed by about 11:30 to relax, maybe watch some Modern Family or read a book before finally going to sleep. I really hope you've enjoyed this video as a little insight to life on tour in Dublin. Thanks for watching.